Well, I promised y'all a wonderful recipe for a chocolate cookie, didn't I? Well, let's get started on it. I've got 2 sticks of butter that are room temperature here in my bowl. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. I'm gonna add 1 cup of granulated sugar, and let's just beat that until it's nice and creamy. All right, so this is nice and creamy. I've got 4 eggs. All right, I'm gonna add 1 egg at the time. Turn that up a little bit and just cream. Okie doke. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm gonna measure out our flour. We're gonna need 2½ cups of flour for our cookie. There we go, that's 1. 2. And 1/2. And I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now I'm just gonna incorporate these dry ingredients, and I'm gonna beat them in to our creamed butter. Okay. And a little bit more. I'm gonna do this in like 3 different additions. Rather than dumping it in all at one time and flour flying all up in my face, I'm gonna slowly add this. And the last of our dry ingredients. Okay, I got our beaters pretty clean. I've got 1 more ingredient to add to them, and that's just something that us girls can't resist. This is chocolate, y'all, that's filled with a raspberry cream. Now, I'm using 1 6-ounce bag, and I'm gonna fold those in to our batter. I mean, chocolate and raspberries, they just go together. So this batter is wonderful. All you gotta do is put it on a greased baking sheet, a teaspoonful, put it in a preheated 350-degree oven and cook it for 12 to 14 minutes. And then you wanna set them out on a rack and let them cool. And I've got some down here cooling for us. So in my bowl, I've got 1½ cups of confectioner sugar, and I'm gonna pour in 2 tablespoons of milk. And I'm sure you've guessed by now, we're gonna make a glaze for this wonderful chocolate raspberry cookie. Now all we're gonna do at this point is add 1 tablespoon of a seedless raspberry preserve. Now this will make it nice and smooth. So we're just gonna keep those flavors going from the inside of that cookie to the outside. And you can see it, that glaze looked awfully thick until I added the raspberry preserves, and you can see how they thinned it out, that it's just right to just squirt on top of that cookie. All right, now I'm gonna transfer this to a plastic baggie. Just gonna pour it in. Seal it up. Snip that end. And you don't want to make too big of a hole. And then we're just gonna squeeze this glaze onto our cookies.